So sometimes I will have fanfiction ideas that are just meant to be fun, and this is one of them. So this is, as you can see, Gravity Falls, the metal episode. So basically what this is like what you consider like a lost Gravity Falls story that I made up. Like, it's kind of like set somewhere in season 1, season 2, and basically what it is just the best I can. If I could do an episode for Gravity Falls, this would be it. So let's get into Gravity Falls, the metal episode. So it should be called Gravity Falls, the symphonic metal episode. I'll get into that in a moment. But basically what this is like a sequel to the episode Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons, where in there we had Probabilitor be defeated, and now this is the sequel to that, where Probabilitor I can never pronounce that name, but Probabilitor basically has broken free from his shackles of the board game and is now done something more. He's now unleashed a new plan where he's grabbed everyone from Gravity Falls and brought them into the world of Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. However, there's a bit of a twist, because he basically says, if you can beat me in my game of Dungeons and Dungeons and More Dungeons, I'll let you go. But if you don't, I'll eat all your brains. So, that's basically what the story is that that's what they're all different classes you'd see in Dungeons and Dragons, where you have Seuss, who's a dwarf, Wendy, who is a rogue, Mabel is a mage, Dipper is a cleric, Stan is a bard, because of course he fucking is. Of course he would be. And Ford is a paladin. But there's also something different. When they wake up and find themselves in the realm of Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons, there's an added bonus, and this would probably break Disney's bank, and also they would be very mad at this if I could make this a real episode. What the difference is that in this story, they all wake up and have different voices. And what it would be, if I could make this a real episode, would be voices. They wouldn't have their regular voice actors for this part of the episode. In here, it would be voice actors replaced by great symphonic metal singers. So for Wendy, it'd be Floor Jansen from Nightwish. You would have Seuss, who would be now voiced by the lead singer of Windrose, because dwarf metal. Of course, he's a dwarf. Of course, you gotta have the lead singer who goes diggy diggy hole. Mabel, who's now voiced by the lead singer of Unleash the Archers, and I'm forgetting their names. I apologize. You have Stan, who is now Ford. Excuse me, who's now voiced by Joachim Broden from Sabaton. Stan is voiced by Stan would be voiced by Rob Halford. Not a symphonic metal band, but there's enough story there to have it like, yeah, you can totally count as this. So he'd be, yeah. Could you just imagine Rob Halford as a bard? It strangely works, doesn't it? It's strange. Rob Halford as a bard. Anyway, so that's the Mabel. Yeah, so everyone now has different voice, and Dipper would be voiced by he would be voiced by the lead singer of Beast in Black. So, as you can imagine, there would be actually like singing moments. Like there'd actually be like in this story, they would have to like sing at certain. They would actually like break out into like these symphonic metal songs to battle monsters and other opponents. Like they would just break out singing, and they're like, "Holy crap, this is amazing! I didn't think I could hit that falsetto that high." And it's like, that's the power of metal. And there would just be like, I would just love to have like just insane metal moments in here where like Mabel's like riding a dragon singing like an Unleash the Archer song. There'd also be like Stan, who would be singing Painkiller while slaying his way through demons with an axe. Ford would probably be like singing The Last Stand as he's fighting his way through. He's holding the line like Gandalf style against just hordes and hordes of like undead monsters. Or better yet, Swedish pagans would probably be the better pick. Like Swedish pagans. Wendy would probably be singing like Ghost Love Score while battling like some Phantom King or something. Just like this would just be so insane. Like that's the thing. It would be like so crazy and so just out there. Like that's what I would really love to do, is like just a fun, crazy episode. And I did love the Dungeons, and More Dungeons episode. I really did. And I really wish they did more with it. So I thought it'd be kind of fun and also throw in just a ton of one of my favorite genres, symphonic metal. And I'd also have like this fun moment where everyone is just like, why are we breaking out into song every 5 seconds? This is weird. I don't like this. And Stan's like, speak for yourself. I sound like Rob Halford. Just have a guitar sound in the back. He's like, why does that keep happening? Yeah. It would just be, and also, like, it would be all 6 of the singers doing an original song while they're battling Probabilitor, and they're just, like, using all the power of metal to overcome it with, like, big giant anime swords and magic spells and whatnot, and just the power of sheer metal to, like, overcome and defeat him. And then, when they get out of the game, they're like, they're back to their regular voice actors and whatnot, and they're all like, this sucks, man. I like that. I want to go back to being Rob Halford. So, there you go. I wanted to throw out this quick idea just because, like, you know what? I would really, like, if I could do a Gravity Falls episode, if Gravity Falls was still going or got a continuation, I would literally be like, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do, like, a sequel to Dungeons, and More Dungeons, have the characters sucked into the game like Jumanji, and then they're going to have all metal voice actors, and they're all going to have their own songs. And it's going to be fucking metal. And henceforth, that would be the title, The Metal Episode. Hey, there you go, guys. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this really random idea? Did you guys like it, hate it? Also, who would you pick to, if you could, who would you pick for metal singers to voice Gravity Falls characters in this episode when they were all sucked in the game? Do you think mine are good picks, or would you have gone with someone else to voice the characters? Just comment below, let me know. Like I said, completely random idea, but what the hell, it's my channel. Sometimes I just want to have fun. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.